Good afternoon, Free Enterprise fans. I'm It's a Starman, joined by Vitasia. Hello, Vitasia.
Starman, how are we doing today?
We're doing wonderful. We have a couple of 1-0 runners today. Couch 23, having defeated Dr. Kozak last week, and RowdyRoddySniper, having defeated Demon RHK in his match.
Yep, two fantastic runners off to that 1-0 start that you're looking for. On their way to either 2-0 or 1-1. Both of these runners doing fantastic. And this is going to be an interesting race right off the bat. You notice that Objective 5, Get Tella, well, that's kind of a freebie, isn't it?
Not actually. You see, when we start with a character as an objective, the game goes, okay, you have the character, but it does not count. You must find them out in the wild.
Oh. So not quite free, and frankly, I don't know if we want to see another Tella, but does that help me out? Does that mean that a second Tella is guaranteed then?
Yes, a second Tella is guaranteed to be in the seed.
You.
That's going to be one of our dupes. But we do know that Edge is also in the seed. And if you slap a couple of, heavy-duty Hanzo steel weapons on him, he'll do some work.
Meanwhile, we have, of course, the traditional renaming of all of the characters. Potion Seller, I am in need of your strength. Okay, I could not read Couch quite fast enough. Also, I don't understand the references for RowdyRoddySniper's size. If anyone can help me out there, chat.
That would be some Animal Crossing.
Oh, see, I'm not that kind of nerd. I'm a speedrunner kind of nerd. I'm not an Animal Crossing nerd.
I'm a nerd's nerd, and I know a lot of things, so.
Fair. I think that's fair.
And I think we're off. So you want to talk about our objectives for a little bit while we see where we get at the start here?
Absolutely. So the first three objectives in the Lali-Ho League, as we see a Porum.
Porum. So, in Japan, that's a very nice key item to see as soon as we get underground access.
Absolutely. So the first three key items, or first three objectives that you will see are going to be static. In every race in the Lali-Ho League, those three objectives will always remain the same. Forge the Legend Sword with the Adamant, complete Cape Magnus, and trade away the Pink Tail. Those three will always remain the same. The last two, however, will always be something a little bit different, and it's either going to be a character hunt or a boss hunt. In this seed, we have two character hunts. Get Edge and get Tella.
Tella can be anywhere. Edge is more gated to places that, require a key item. So that only really means anything for like Baron Inn and Mount Hobbs.
At this point, yeah. Let's see.
Hello, Tella. Oh, there's an objective right there.
Oh, hello, second Tella. Second old man.
We're not fighting that because that spot would absolutely cream these two this early on.
Yeah, Tella with Porum, that's not a lot of firepower. So what these runners are probably going to do, they're going to check some treasure locations, check some shops, do what we can here to see if there's any J items, I imagine, that can carry us through at least one or two fights. Maybe check that Hobbs character for a melee fighter so we can get a little bit of beef behind us in this early game. Because Teleporum start, unless you have a decent bow and arrows, can really be a little bit rough.
That Cat Claw and Samurai Armor, unironically, are pretty good finds this early on, just because you can hawk them for some cash and maybe get some power infusion into this team.
So now we have our first real divergence here. Sniper is going to go check in Kaipo. A popular check when you have when you're checking various when you have a lot of character checks, let's go ahead and check to see who this is. You have Edward located in the bed, so I imagine that Edward's going to stay taking a nap for quite a while.
Unless we get an early Spoon and Sand Ruby. Oh yeah. Although we have the spoon flag on, which lets Edward equip the spoon, which has 255 attack power. As you might suspect, it turns Edward into a pretty good character.
He becomes the definition of a glass cannon at that point in time. He can swing for a ton of damage, but even at 0 mus levels, he barely breaks 1,000 HP, if that, with a little bit of help. So he is the ultimate glass cannon when he has that particular spoon out. He requires a lot of help to survive, but can carry a team through some early parts of the games.
There are some things that Edward is good for during the Z fight, and I will point out we have Ant Lion here in the waterfall. We don't particularly care about this. And
Nope.
Couch resets out and just leaves. Hey, a drain sphere is real good to have when you know there's an edge in the seed.
It's true. Drain Spear is one of those interesting items where if you throw it, its damage is based on its attack power. However, equipping it with Cane is a little bit double-edged.
I mean, it's more of a it's a weapon you put on him if you want him to be slow.
If you want him to be slow and have -10 agility and -10 strength, which means you don't ever really want to put it on him.
Because a lot of the melee fighters' damage is based off their strength and agility. Strength being more important, but agility does add multipliers at, the right points.
Boo, Hupfin. Boo. But
Oh,
also,
as if you
that was great.
As if you didn't just make a joke in that caliber.
It's absolutely true. I can't take credit for that. All right, so Couch did find some interesting items that are available in Damsian, cleared that out, got the hovercraft at least ready. Going to equip some Ninja and Wizard and Rune for Tella here. I think we have some J Adams to get through here. It'll be interesting to see what character is waiting for us out on Hops. I do think the next little few portions of the seed are going to be dependent on what this character is. Hello.
We're not taking that. We're not finding the CPU for a forum. Let's be clear.
No, that was horrible. That was disgusting. All right,
so we've seen 2 dupes so far. We've seen Atella, we've seen a Porum. And normally there's only 1 dupe in a seed like this, assuming every character is, available. So we have 2 people sitting out, so there's 3 dupes, and we've seen 2 of them already. Actually, no, that is correct. Twin magic is a thing.
Yeah, they could do twin magic right now. That would be actually...
Ooh, is that Wyvern? Please tell me that's Wyvern. It's D-Lunars. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, this will be interesting. So Roddy is going ahead, and he did a quick clear of the chests. Couch looks like he's taking a more thorough approach and doing a full clear, opening as many treasure chests as he can. That could be a bit, that has 2 trains of thought. One, opening all the treasure chests does take a little bit of extra time and can slow you down, but it also gets you quite a bit of money that you need to be able to buy stuff kind of later in the game. So both have their proponents, both strategies do, and we're seeing them side by side against one another right here.
And that was a decent antlion cave. I will point out that generally in looting, my philosophy is you want a lot more density than you want like little bitty high value checks.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair. Looks like Tella is even able to dodge some of these fire shots from the dealers. Remember, that's a percentage-based attack, so if you can dodge it, fantastic. Fire 1 doing work, though. This is actually probably one of the friendlier bosses that you can get if you have this particular setup, just because Porum can still do damage to D-Lunars by using your Cure Magic, and Tella with Fire 1 can also do quite a bit of damage, so really, you're not quite as far behind the curve for D-Lunars here as you would normally think. But we are blessed with Magma Key right out of here, so we have some decisions to make, don't we?
I think the decision they're going to make is go underground. They have that pan. there's a whole bunch of free checks you can make. You probably go underground.
Yeah, I think that's the first thing you do. I mean, I might check. Here's what I would do. I would do my freebie checks and clear out the Feymarch Cave, because the quality of items that are available in the Feymarch Cave for being under 10 minutes into the seed are actually quite good, and can really carry you through a lot of the seed if you clear out that particular cave. So doing that and getting the free check and then turning in the pan and going through all that, triple dipping Fabul at that point can really set the pace for the rest of the race.
Yeah, and one of the things I'll note to people in chat, we have two different ways underground. We have the magma key, which we're about to see. You just drop it down the well and pop goes the mountain and you can go underground. Or if we have a real fun seed, we get a hook. We have to go through the hook route, which has two potentially very nasty bosses.
On the flip side of that, while the magma will absolutely get you to the underground a little bit faster, the hook, in addition to being underground access, happens to be required in order to trade away the pigtail. So it's one half of the equation for one of our objectives. So there's a little bit of give and take here in terms of what you want to have happen in terms of their early matches. So it all balances out in the end.
An early check of Dwarf Castle by Couch and RowdyRoddySniper. I'm going to assume they are both looking for sirens.
I imagine so. Sirens are a key portion of this particular flag set. Grinding becomes a little bit more difficult in this particular set of flags than it was in recent tournaments, such as Highway to the Three-Miss Zone. Most importantly, because of one flag that turns off the ability to leave the Giant of Babel unless you complete the Giant of Babel. A popular grind, especially with this party when you have Atella available to you, would be to go into the Giant of Babel and do what's called a D-Machine grind to be able to get up to super high levels very, very quickly. The problem is, if you kind of gate that access or block off that access into the Giant, then it really puts a wrench into that possibility. So Sirens, to be able to grind, makes it much easier. And Couch is already at probably one of the worst bosses in the entire game, the inventory boss.
The inventory boss. Yeah, benefits manager. Really should, and sometimes you need to just clear. Oh, hey, sirens. We like those.
Yeah, so sirens cost about 4,000 GP pop. So really, if you want a stack of 10, you're looking at about 40,000 GP. Looks like Couch is going to have that no problem. 10 is probably too many, realistically, depending on how quickly the seed goes.
And it depends on your key item count. If you're eating like 8, you're eating like 20, 30 of them. So
it's true. Once, and this is something that's unique to the randomizer, we have it set up so that once you hit 10 key items, the experience doubles for all of your encounters. So if you can hold off on doing any sort of grind until you get the full 10 key items, you require less grind overall. There's less of a time. So there's some added benefit in being able to maneuver your way efficiently through the game instead of dropping everything and grinding right away. And I missed that key item check. That these runners are pretty well neck and neck right here.
It looked like an Artemis photo to me.
That was Darkness Crystal.
Okay, I cannot read. Don't mind me. That is a character check.
That's a heroine robe that was also available there in the hut where you save. That heroine robe makes Porum at least a little bit more attractive.
Oh, hello there, Bahamut. Yeah, I would not be surprised if, yep, there they go, walking right up to the King of Dragons.
With 1 HP for both of them. And look at how quickly that Bahamut is counting down.
That Bahamut is at RA1. You know who is not at RA1? These two, and that's a good thing. Because that means Bahamut is going to be basically counting, like, at double speed that everyone else is moving. And will Mega Nuke himself off the face of this planet before that Star Veil ever drops.
Now, Roddy is doing something a little bit different. He is opting not to fight this Bahamut, which is really a free fight at this point in time for Couch, and said, you know, we're just going to keep moving.
It's also interesting to note we have a Demus down here, and probably the rudest spot for the Demus to be.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one to justify. I can see if we end up getting a Cecil, maybe trying something along those lines, because it does just do physical damage if you control everything properly.
We have the pass from the Sylphs. That is a good thing. That is one of the 2 ways we can get to Zerimus at the end of the seed. We also have the other one already, so it's not like the biggest deal. And the Rat Tail from the King of all Dragons, that could be huge.
I mean, it's not just a piece of random equipment. I mean, that Rat Tail might be significant. We say might, but, you know, it's a randomizer. It could be the key piece that Couch needs to succeed. It might be a rabbit hole that will lose him the race, one way or the other. You have to take kind of calculated risks as you're going through any sort of randomizer race, but in particular, free enterprise with these flag sets.
Yeah, Ochre Axe is interesting, but not like, you know, buy it right away. Those mute arrows, though, I would say those are pretty good.
I might buy some mute arrows, yeah. Interesting that RowdyRoddySniper ended up buying, I think that was a stack of 5 iron rings. I got to imagine he's setting up for Cave Magnus, just ensuring that everyone will be able to be locked down and save him some time a little bit later.
Yeah, I imagine so. Although, depending on the party, that may or may not be, like, super necessary.
All right, so Couch is a little bit behind. It does have that rat tail over Rowdy.
Valvalis.
Oh, that's nasty. That's nasty.
Yeah, we're not fighting that right away. Not without, like, a physical attacker. Single dip Fabul ruined by Valvalis, who will ignore pretty much all your magic damage. And in certain spots, it requires you to have, like, a certain number of swings on your physical attackers to basically get through that.
I do want to say that's pretty rude. Like, we so rarely even have a setup possible.
Here's an adventure. Here's a package. Here's
my God.
You love to see it.
Meanwhile, Couch is turning in that darkness crystal. He's like, hey, there's a character check on the moon. There's a shop on the moon. Guess where I'm going? The moon. I actually really like the play to go check the moon. Even though it's a cutscene that you have to unlock, you're probably going to have to unlock the cutscene anyway, so it's really kind of neutral in terms of how much time it's costing you. But going up to the moon, you know, you do have the travel cutscenes back and forth. I think it's worth it, especially when your party is Attila and a Porum. Yeah, do it. So, RowdyRoddySniper, I don't know if he checked this spot prior, but he's going to get the news very soon that this is going to be a duplicate Porum.
He did not check this earlier.
Yeah, he did not check it. Now, again, you do not need Palom and Porum to use the twin command. In the free enterprise randomizer, you just need 2 twins. That's it, just 2 twins. So 2 Porums can use twin attack, but that's not what Sniper is looking toward doing right now.
We're finally getting a peek at who the character is on the lunar dais. Will it be Edge? Will it be like a third Tella? We don't know.
Second Edward. Second Edward. Come on, Second Edward.
And it's Rosa.
I mean, okay.
You know, you give that Rosa a rune ring, a heron robe, that ninja hat, and a good bow and arrow, and she will carry you far. And in fact, that aim command actually kind of makes fighting... kind of makes fighting Valis possible.
It's true. I mean, you're not necessarily happy about it, but it's doable now.
It's more doable than it was before.
But in a realistic world, this is not a party that either of these runners are particularly thrilled with right now.
I don't know, I'm pretty thrilled to see Rosa.
Yes, but this seed is promising you an edge in the in the objective. So you're like, what? Come on. This is also an interesting check by Couch over here. You know, there are, I think, 4 total treasure chests here in Cave Bahamut. You can check to see what the boss is here as well. But, I mean, the quality of loot with no trap chest is pretty good, usually.
And there's a white spare, so you know. Woo!
Just a casual white spare, and you know what? A casual Thunderclaw, too. I'll take a casual Thunderclaw. Oh, look at that. Did you see that blue robe?
It's either Gauntlet or it's Gauntlet or Water Hag, and neither of them are free fight at this point.
Now, even Water Hag there will just swing wildly at your party, and you will have no chance of hitting them 3 times. Oh, Couch, are you going back in?
Couch reset by accident.
He went out. Oh, did he do the full reset by accident, or?
I believe so.
He's picking up treasure chests missing the Thunderclaw, but picking up the White Lance. So if he's planning on dying or resetting out, then that was a waste of time right there. We'll be seeing what he does. RowdyRoddySniper is doing the same thing.
And it's the alt gauntlet. That's not happening. Not today. Couch, why are you going back in here? Are you just picking up that samurai bow?
I mean, when you have Rosa and that's your only attacking, yeah, that samurai bow is looking pretty good. I mean, upgrade from the great bow that Rosa had to a samurai bow. It's just a little bit better.
Going back to Earth, it looks like Couch is stopping at Macedia for some item shopping.
Couch, I feel like, is falling into a bit of a trap that I do pretty frequently when I run these sort of randomized seeds, in that I feel obligated to loot everywhere I go because the possibility of good loot is so high, and that ends up costing a lot of time in terms of inventory management, in terms of opening the treasure chests, etc., etc., etc. We've already had one kind of already warning, sub 30 minutes where you max out your inventory. That can hurt you the deeper into this tournament you go. Realistically, you want to be able to beat the game using minimal chest opens, just because it can be, you don't want to waste too much time. Every chest you open, it has an opportunity cost to continue to push you a little bit further.
And we just got another heroin robe, so, that's nice. Here's the package. Actually, I do want to refer see Couch check that package because, again, we have edge on the table that we still need to pick up somewhere. Maybe. Oh, Couch, I hope you are ready to fight Val.
Couch did equip his first heroin robe on Rosa, so I think he's in a much better position than RowdyRoddySniper was. Like, he won't have to immediately reset out. I am interested to see what character is on that package, just because I think there's a high likelihood, or I just want the edge to be there.
And there's Edge.
There is Edge at the package. Value. And
Please. Couch, Couch, no, Couch, aim.
Don't Zerk. You gotta aim. You got to aim. Oh. So that I know there's other people in the community who can explain the mechanics behind that a little bit better, but you do have to have a certain hit rate to be able to get through that tornado. Aim increases that hit rate. Berserk, while it increases your overall damage that you do, does not increase your hit rate. So, yeah, Rosa was whiffing every time with that. You gotta aim there.
Stokewell will probably not help. Just don't berserk. Aim. There you go.
It's not fantastic damage, but it's damage at this point. And you have both Tella and Porum who can heal through just about anything at this point. Plus you have a bunch of Gear 2s. We'll be able to get through this fight. It won't be pretty, but it's doable. And, at this point, this is going to be a rough fight, so you can maybe bank on your opponent not doing so well. I mean, at this point in time in the tournament, there's a lot of folks who may mess this up at some point in time. We know we saw RowdySniper go ahead and reset out because this is not an easy fight in this location. The more comfortable you are doing those sorts of stress that take a little bit more time, the more confident you can move through this entire tournament.
Oh, hey there, Water Hag. This is not a spot where we want to see you.
Ooh, Water Hag. This is a horrible spot for that.
Not much to say about either of these fights at this point. Water Hag, you just punch 3 times. It'll go through the Water Hag's script from when, I fight Water Hag as Edward. And once it's at the end of the script, there it goes. It dies.
You have to let out the "arr" when it dies, though. Otherwise, it just feels inauthentic.
Well, there's an objective for RowdyRoddySniper, which is probably the only edge in the seed from what we've seen so far.
In all likelihood, yes. There's one more duplicate that's out there. We don't know who at this point, but we have seen at least one duplicate Tella, and of course a duplicate Porum.
And all Couch got from that was a white shirt. That's painful.
I mean, you got the party to equip it.
This is one of the side effects of not having any gear for your characters. You just look in your inventory and go like, I have this strength ring.
Yeah, the flags that are turned on for this means that every character comes equipped with no armor and only one weapon that I think is considered either tier 1 through tier 3, something to that effect. Basically just a really bad weapon for them that they can possibly equip. So this edge came equipped with what looks to be a Thunderclaw, and we're augmenting it with a Dancing Dagger. Not ideal for Edge, admittedly, but he also starts at level 25. So you can get away with a little bit. And Thunderclaws are really, really powerful if you can pair them up with a nice sword against something that has a thunder weakness, like Dr. Luge or Ogopogo or Odin. That Thunderclaw can do a lot of work with Edge if used properly. Ogo isn't weak to lightning. Yeah, that would be nice. Sorry. I saw Ogo in my mind, maybe Leviathan. It's weird that so many water creatures aren't weak to lightning. So we see our runners effectively trading spots right now. Couch is going to do this sequence to pick up his Edge. Meanwhile, RowdyRoddySniper is going to be giving another shot at this Val, and he's going to have a lot more success. And this is going to be significantly faster just because Edge.
Because of Edge and Rosa, who is, putting out. Yeah, that's much more damage than Couch was putting out.
It looks like it has a few levels at this point, maybe mute arrows instead of the white arrows that Couch was rocking there to start.
And down goes Val Valis. They're both going to find out that that Val did not have anything for you, unfortunately. But with this, we haven't had this tele for a while. And you know what neither of our runners have gone to do?
Are you about to suggest we head over to the sacred Mount Ordeals?
Yes, I am. Because that tele has so much utility that you could be putting to use if you just climbed a mountain.
It's true. And I have to imagine, especially after picking up Edge at level 25, Edge will be able to carry us through a lot of those particular bosses. You gotta think Mount Ordeals is going to be on the table. There's really almost nothing else to do. We can still do Baron Inn as well. Most of our folks are probably not comfortable with the levels they have. I imagine a grind is right around the corner before we start doing some deeper underworld checks.
And RowdyRoddySniper doing as I predicted and going up Mount Ordeals.
Chat making a good point. We know that second tele is an objective and is available there sitting in Baron Inn. Some runners are saying, you know what? I might do that first instead of going up Mount Ordeals. That's not necessarily a bad move, unless you're trying to not get levels on your second tele and plan to use that one as an anchor.
That's true. The other thing I'd point out is, even though we know Tella is an objective and he's available, we would still need at least, 4, 5, at least 3 different key items to finish. Potentially 4.
And hey, look at Dr. Luge. We have lit arrows and we have the thunder claw on Edge. Yeah, this should be a fairly quick fight.
Good night, Dr. Luggage. What, and might just
not even let him transform. That's oof.
He didn't even get to say anything. He just died.
Yep, no poison walk. That's a good thing.
That's a back attack. Who is it? It's Wyvern, and this is free here. No, don't reset out.
Yeah, this is actually the one spot you want Wyvern in, because there's special rules with the Wyvern back attack that we say, okay, we don't let him use Mega Nuke on the first go.
Like, there is a very lengthy delay for Wyvern here. You are basically guaranteed to get off a Star Veil.
And RowdyRoddySniper turned it down to battle speed 6. So twiddle your thumbs, everyone. Okay, gets the Star Veil.
Ogopogo in the second spot in the N. That is...
Ouch.
Fascinating. Not that bad if you have like a high-speed person in the center spot. That second spot is actually very, very slow.
I feel obligated at this point in time to give a round of applause to Alisal, who rolled this fantastic seed for these two. This has been such a treat so far.
Meanwhile, on the other side, Wyvern took like a year to get that Mega Nuke out.
And the only one who's not getting any experience for this fight is Tella. And who cares?
Tella exploded. It's canon. We have canon Tella now. The best sort of Tella. Oh, I think, no, they did not run out of arrows. Has Couch not equipped that? Has Couch still not equipped that samurai bow?
Nope.
Very good. Would you like to go into Baron?
I mean, that wasn't the plan.
And that's just a firebomb from Mount Ordeals. Not ideal.
If it wasn't for Tella, fading Mount Ordeals would be the play. So right now, the calculation that we are all making on the back end as observers is all the utility that Tella brings with his full cadre of spells worth the time to go through Luge, Wyvern, and the Magus Sisters.
Correct.
When you already have underground access and sirens.
Yeah. At this point, you would think that one coffin with an edge, with a Rosa, with a Porum, one siren sets you up for basically most everything you want to do at this point.
Oh, hey, there's a second samurai bow, just in case. Just sitting free.
Couch, please equip that samurai bow.
Come on, dual wield the samurai bows. Come on, we know you can.
I disagree. I do believe having Tella online is very important because Tella comes with a whole bunch of spells you're not going to get access to for a very long time.
All right, so at this point, Starman, we have seen, just about the entire overworld at this point. If you were these runners, knowing what we know, what would you do next?
I would go eat an omelet, get some cheese and salt and pepper. I would also, with this team, with like 2 Tellas ready to cast Blinks, that Porum ready to cast Blinks, I would go take a look at Dwarf Castle, get some money.
It's true. It's true. I think that Dwarf Castle, I think, looks good. You go scramble a couple eggs, you crack a couple sirens open. I think we've seen at least one coffin that's out there for us to be able to get some really easy, 7 to 8 levels on these characters right now. Get you up to where you can do Dwarf Castle. I'm personally not happy with the party right now. We have an Edge, 2 Tellas. Like, I like my Edge, I like my Rosa. I can tolerate 1 Tella and a Porum. I'm not happy about 2 Tellas. So at this point, I'm still looking to complete my party at this point in time. So I'm starting to check out everywhere else that we can go. Dwarf Castle has been available for a little bit, has a character and a key item check. I think that has the most value for me personally. Oh, and of course, chat's also pointing out Baron, where we can also face check the Odin spot as well if we so desire after that. That wouldn't be a bad play either. Zoom Waffle, we've already checked Pan and Feymarch through all of those.
The only thing that is still on the table in Feymarch is that D-Mist, which if D-Mist gives both, say, the hook or the adamant from like Rydia's mom, is hard required. For example.
So it does look like RowdyRoddySniper is now going to be doing his Baron checks. He's checking the weapon shop, which is a second tier. Looks like heroin robes available in the shop if you want to. And assassin daggers, silent staffs, some nice kind of in-game equipment is available there.
I don't know. I would say with sirens available, you don't really want to do D-Money. You have like better ways of gaining your levels. And you may not want to keep this party because, oh yeah, 2 Tellos for them. I mean, Rosa and Edge are good, but Rosa and Edge require gear.
Yeah, sirens were found, I think, in Tomra, as I recall, because we got the magma key very early in Antlion, so we've already kind of done a sweep of at least the freebie checks. We had the pan as the first item, and then the magma key. We had the opportunity for, of course, the triple Fabul, which Couch was able to do. I think Rowdy had to come back to it.
I believe that is correct.
And we do start with, of course, the Dark Knight Cecil fight in probably the most awkward location that Dark Knight Cecil can be fought in. Okay, I need a quick survey from chat because I feel like this is going to be a running theme and running joke. How many folks are pulling their hair out a little bit because Couch hasn't equipped the samurai bow on Rosa yet?
Oh, I'm just saying, or like writing down in my notes. Ask Couch about samurai bows.
Just trying to see what's the consensus in chat, because I would like to know where everyone's thoughts are on this.
Oh, that was just enough damage to murder poor Porm. That child is dead now.
Lady Ed, I think it's a great bow at this point. Yeah, just a great bow.
Now, both of our runners have been up Mount Ordeals. They are fine on that front. Rosa's going to require a Cure 2 in order to survive this unaided. And I guarantee you that Tella is going to be dead. The 340 HP one. Yep, there he goes.
And hey, Porum survived that just barely. These runners have been kind of shadowing each other's footsteps through all of it at this point. And we see Baigen. Baigen has usurped the throne. No!
Baigen's ambitions have been realized. Finally. Start throwing items. Yeah, I like Braun's play there. Jay Braun's. Nothing asserts dominance like having the bow in the wrong hand.
I did that the other night, and I watched back the restream, and everyone was like, "What is he doing?" And I honestly just didn't care.
Invenerable, please. Woo! That's some damage from that Rosa.
Ooh.
Just trucked Baigen.
Yeah, it looks like everyone's coming to play on Sniper's side.
Yeah, I've been calling him Rowdy Roddy Piper this entire time, and no one has corrected me.
I think that he would consider that a compliment at this point.
Hi, Porum. And by Porum, I mean Rydia. So we have a black mage, a dedicated black mage. She is probably going, yep. No.
Yeah, knocking out a Tella. So here's the problem with Rydia. Rydia starts off at level 1. There's no catch-up mechanic in these particular flag sets, so no double XP. So Rydia is going to stay significantly lower level. In order to get her at max level, to be ready for Zeromus, she requires more experience points than any other character in Final Fantasy IV. And she has one of the worst HP curves available in the entire game. She does have her benefits if you happen to come across some summons that are good. Like if you can get an early Leviathan, she becomes fantastic and can really carry your party through that early to mid-game section. Late game and into Zeromus, though, she becomes a real hindrance in this flag set. So it'll be interesting to see if that Rydia sticks around. Oh, we have a Bahamut, by the way, so she's fine.
Oh yeah, no, that Rydia is going to be around for the rest of the seed. And that Tella may have his, life expectancy suddenly hit 0. He may be a little dead, let's be honest. Or a lot dead.
Well, there's mostly dead and there's all dead. If someone is all dead, there's only one thing you can really do.
Did Couch keep the Rydia, by the way? Yes, he did. He is going to be very happy to have done so. And has no gear for her. Okay, Couch, why are you leaving that Torque Probe on, Go ahead and, Yeah. There we go.
There we go. We're getting there.
And maybe equip that samurai bow on Rose. Okay.
No, it's not going to happen. I've given up. It's okay.
One day.
Meanwhile, Sniper is cracking some eggs. So look at all these levels gained right here. 19 levels for Rydia.
That's okay.
Yeah, all sorts of levels, getting us to the point where we're going to be well set up for the remainder of the seed. One egg cracked, and looks like, honestly, Sniper's all right with just one egg, and then it's going to be doing a keyless tower from the looks of it. This is a spicy play.
I would probably pop a couple of sirens And then go say hello to Demas with like blinks and pain. Oh, because RowdyRoddySniper did not actually go to Tamra. Does not know that there's like sirens for the bind.
Oh, it's just saying, hey, I got an edge, I can steal them. Let's not worry about taking time to shop when it's more efficient to shop if they're available, and they're usually available. So yeah, Sniper is going here to steal some sirens, which if you don't know they exist is fine. Also, there's I think 4 trap chests in this area, and trap chests are the only place you can get tier 7 loot, the best of the best.
All right, where is Couch going? Couch looks like he's going to Dwarf Castle, or not. Or no, he's going to the heal pot.
Yep, heal pot first because your Rydia still only has 30 HP
and 10 MP.
It will be worth noting to see if RowdyRoddySniper ends up getting any decent equipment out of these trap chests.
You have to be hoping for, like, say, a big ticket ninja sword at this point.
That would be fantastic. Crystal sword incoming.
More heroine robes! More!
Oh my god! That's 3 heroine robes.
I saw Dark Imps on Couch's side. I think they're about to get roasted.
Yeah, Dark Imps. So this will be interesting. I think our buff Tella has access to something like the Stone Spell that you can cast on everyone and just sweep them by.
Or we have a small child with a very large dragon at her beck and call.
I mean, yeah, but that can get old.
No, it never gets old. Don't you want to, like, lay lace to, like, everything?
Well, she has to survive first, and the Dark Imps can swing for a little bit. All right, yeah, Mega Nuke does work.
Mega Nuke is very good. We like it. It does the damage.
All right, so we have Karate Man over here. We don't have a Cecil, so we can't really use the shortcut for this fight. We're gonna have to go through. He can put out some damage. Oh, looks like we have Rubicante, either the normal Rubicante or Elements.
I would not get. Nope. There goes Sid. No, there goes Tella. Well, there goes those utility spells you went up ordeals for.
Yeah. All right, so he trades his Tella for a Sid, and it is the Elements fight.
What's it, Flame? Let me show you how.
Luckily for us, this is a relatively low HP spot. All things said.
Dragons. Also, very low MP magic power spot, because in the vanilla game, the developers knew you're coming into this fight probably pretty banged up for the Calabrina fight, and they wanted to, like, give you a little bit of a story fight without killing you horribly.
It was a fight to scare you. It wasn't a fight to challenge you. It was a fight that says, yes, we want to show you that there's a Lit 3 spell and show you what it looks like. But we don't want it to, one-shot your Cecil that just got picked up off the floor.
Okay, and that's the hook. That's huge.
I think that's double it. Yeah, that's super significant for Couch, who's been sitting on that rat tail for a while, realistically, at this point in time. You know, we had a free fight that was available down in the Baymarch that he will finally be able to cash in, and is the first runner to be able to do so. RowdyRoddySniper also peeked at those bosses and wanted nothing to do with those fights. Couch took advantage and will be able to turn this in immediately. He knows it's probably a good advantage at this point in time, so he's leaning on it. I love it. Oh, a Sand Ruby at the top of tower. That leads us to an Edward.
Partner walked that out because that is a key item that helps you get to 10 key items. And ideally, you would want to go to the moon with 10 key items just for like mega experience gains.
Interesting. Couch is also going to be looting here through Cave Eblin, not turning in the rat tail immediately, still hunting for characters from the looks of it.
Maybe he wants to ditch this Porum. Maybe this Rydia.
You know, I'm not 100% sold on this party for Zeromus, but this is still a doable party for Zeromus. It's not fantastic, but it's doable. Yeah, if there's a free character check like there is for the hook, I wouldn't mind at least peeping it. See if I can get, hey, if there's a Cecil that's around.
Dragons. Oh, these trap chests have a sense of humor.
I mean, the full moon, yeah, it's better than the dancing dagger that he has equipped. And now Edge can be in the back row if he so desires. Life staff, I mean, there's some fantastic equipment that's available if you loot the treasure chest. And in terms of density, I honestly think Cave Eblin is one of the most treasure-dense locations that is out there in the entire game.
Bucket swines and coffins. Those are very important finds. Right, you have to sell that heroin robe. You have too many of them as is.
Sell the Odin. Yes! $10 Bacchus, 5. This is why I think Couch is never punished for shopping too much, because he always has the money to buy whatever he wants. Yeah, I'm just going to casually buy, 10 Bacchus wines, 5 coffins, and, a stack of 10, sirens. It's okay. I can afford it.
Here's a lightsaber we found in a box. There's the Dark Imps going down. Well, at least the Dark Imps becoming frogs. Yeah. They may have creamed Rydia. Oh, and there's our third dupe.
Hey, you know what? I'll take a second Edge. You know what? It's not bad. Yes, he requires a little bit of equipment really to get online, but with the party that we have right now, yeah, I'll trade my Porum out for a second Edge. Xenocat pointing out, hey, Edge was just having a nice conversation with his parents when they set him on fire. Casual Stardust rod that's just kind of sitting in your inventory right now. This is Couch's second intimate encounter with the inventory boss. It is something that does take quite a bit of practice to manage your inventory properly in Final Fantasy IV for Enterprise. All the treasures are just so good out there, and there's always a possibility of something a little bit better. So there's always the temptation to go through and get everything. Yep, we did see that Couch warped out. Wanted to stop by the shops, double check, maybe repurchase a few things, clear out some inventory.
Didn't look like he found anything he wanted to purchase, so.
Unfortunately not. So walking out the rest of the way, unfortunately Rosa does not know exit. Rosa only learns exit upon completion of the Tower of Zot. She is rewarded that spell. True story, even in the original Final Fantasy IV, Rosa cannot learn exit until that point in time.
Correct.
Oh, and talk about value. That rat tail leads to the Twin Harp, which is, of course, our number 2 objective in completing Cave Magnus. So absolutely 100% value hidden behind that free fight that was in the Fame Arch.
You love to see it. Now, if that rat tail turns into a pink tail, even better. In fact,
Yep, that will be 3 objectives completed. We only need a 4th objective. We're only a pink tail away from go mode at this point in time, at about the hour mark right now. Alternatively, we could find both the Legend Sword and Adamant. Wouldn't be ideal, but it's a possibility. But at this point, Couch is going to turn around, looks like clearing out some last chests on his way down to checking out who is sitting on the basement throne in Baron, at least face checking this to see if it's doable. I don't think he quite has the levels to be able to take this out unless it's a free fight, and it's a lunar boss.
If it's Plague, it's free. It's Pale Dim, it's not free. Actually, no, we have a move out. It's free.
And the Moonveil gets put on Rosa.
And we're gonna eat some fine cutlery at yonder Pale Dim.
Yeah, Pale Dim can attack quite hard, and yeah, you do not want to cast a summon on Pale Dim. There's a nasty counterattack script for that.
This is going to be a particularly long fight just because of our damage output here. And our best damage output is Durgan's. And you know what? And as noted, he'll counter Quakes if you throw a dragon at him. Wait, what does Pale Dim have that you can sneak off him? This is news to me.
Okay, so using Virus, which, okay, does damage and doesn't trigger the counter, which is great. I have no idea what he was trying to sneak. I have no idea what he was.
It doesn't seem to matter too much because, Pale Dim absorbs elemental attacks. Not that it matters. Pale Dim has knocked out Radia.
Well, and this is going to be free at this point because of that Moonveil. The issue is it's going to take us a little bit of time to get through this. Meanwhile, RowdyRoddySniper is also in Cave Evelyn. Found the coffins, found the Bacchus wines.
Please, people, calm down.
All right, so continue to move through here, Kate Ebland. At this point, doing the looting. We know where the trap chest was. Looks like Sniper is going to take his turn at the loot, the inventory boss. Moonveil lasts the entire fight. You know, it is the entire duration of any fight, and not only is it reflect, but it's also does the increased dodge chance for physical attacks as well, which is why it's such a valuable thing and something that can make certain fights free depending on the scripts that they have.
The wall portion can fade, but the dodge bit, yes, is eternal.
And for a fight like Pale Dim, where he has no magic damage, if all you're doing is fighting, it becomes free. All right, so Sniper goes through, gets his second edge at this point in time, and looks like he's coming over here to the big whale.
Looks like we have someone going up to the moon.
Ooh, that was a Pale Dim fight.
But it's over now, and that's what's important. What's important? Actually, it looks like Couch is keeping it.
Yeah. Well, and keep in mind, Artist Mode does, increase strength and agility at the cost of being able to use your magic very well. So if you already have the Heroine Robe, it makes Rosa into a pretty decent fighter.
Oh, yeah. That and some samurai arrows, and you know what? Rosa will carry you during Z.
All right, so doing some equipment, making sure everyone is set up properly. Meanwhile, Sniper's he's diving the moon. He says, I think my value's up here.
It may or may not be there. It entirely depends on if that Twin Harp is gaining another piece of, go mode.
What levels is Roddy at right now? Is he... this can be a tough fight. Maybe not with Lit 1. Meanwhile, Couch, doing a little bit more looting, is finally going to head over here to complete Cave Magnus, and that will be our objective number 2. And we're so close to go mode at this point.
For Couch, he's even close. He is very close. All he needs is that pink tail.
Absolutely. So, something to note, and I want to make sure everyone's aware, in the Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise randomizer, we like to randomize things in this community. There's all sorts of different things. Obviously, the treasure chests, the swords, the characters, the color palettes. One of the things that got randomized relatively early in the process, however, is the harp song that Edward plays. That is the nasty music that interrupts all the evil fairies that are out there.
I'll be honest, that ninja shirt is real good. I like
shirt and a ninja sword as well. So there are hundreds of different songs that the community has curated and done the midis for Edward's harp song, and they are randomized, and in each seed we like to see what it is. So here directly, once DJ Spoony B gets out of bed, we'll be silent for a little bit and let the music play out over this boss, because it's really just a community favorite at this point. Meanwhile, RowdyRoddySniper's almost through his Mylan fight, and we will be quiet here. I'm sure we'll get to announcing everything once we're back, but DJ Spoony B, drop that beat.
I'm going to note here that this spot has a really high magic defense.
But gets through it regardless. So GG's getting through. RowdyRoddySniper showing us just a ribbon at that Murasame altar. So comes out, and an Excalibur finally. So that chain comes to an end, but with another objective complete. Again, just one objective, one key item really away from go mode for Couch. So we'll be looking at the remaining checks that Couch ends up completing, as well as if Sniper ends up running into the same thing as we're going.
Looks like RowdyRoddySniper is going to be headed deeper into, oh yeah, you got rid of your Exocasters. And this is one of those reasons why I advocate keeping the Tele on the team if you don't have any other sources of exit.
Yeah, unfortunately, at this point in time, no exit, so you had to warp out, do a little bit of there. Sniper going a little bit deeper into the moon. We'll see if Couch ends up deciding. Remember, he knows about that D-Mist that's available in the Leviathan spot, which at his current levels, we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, only 8 key items, so still not enough for a true grind right now, but D-Mist at Leviathan sounds tempting. Looks like Couch is going to head up to the moon as well, though.
I mean, Couch knows of a fight that should get him enough levels to just roll over the moon at this point. And that Rosa with a samurai bow, with a Artemis bow and samurai arrows, is going to make short work of a lot of things up here.
Yeah, keep in mind that we know that completing Cave Magnus is locked behind that Bahamut in the Feymarch at the Asura location. So unless we see Sniper heading that direction, he's going to be on the lookout for not only the Pink Tail, but also the Adamant and the Legend as well. We're going to assume at this point, Sniper's path to victory can't lie with having to complete Cape Magnus. He has to get everything else.
This is one of the dangers of being up here very low levels. That kind of time, Mom Bomb is very rude at that spot.
Looks like he's face checking some bosses, just saying, okay, is there something available that I can do?
Calbrina, if you had an hourglass, maybe.
Hourglass would help quite a bit.
Or if, your radio was live and was throwing dragons, that would instantly vaporize this fight.
True. Meanwhile, Couch is on that Mylan fight now. Interesting that he also ended up going the Murasame route.
Muhammad no Kwa.
That we call that the Red Chocobo. Thank you very much.
There we go. I think the Chocobo summon was a missed input.
Slowly working through the possibilities here. Trying to get some folks up. The issue right now is that the Calbretta dolls are just making life really, really difficult right now for Sniper.
You know what makes everything better, though? Dragons.
Do dragons make everything better?
Yes.
I don't think they make wildfires better. Blue Bear, can you toad these? If you can only toad the back ones. Yeah. And as I speak, there, they get toaded.
But that should solve a lot of his problems.
It will help quite a bit, absolutely. Meanwhile, Couch completes that fight, gets the ribbon, walking it out. And through Calbretta. That was a little rough, but gets some experience there.
And gets a spoon. Spoon word is now in play if you're really into it.
That's just a little bit deflating, if you want me to be 100% honest. You're like, you get through a tough fight, and you're like, yes, I'm going to get my advantage from this. I'm going to follow this chain wherever it may lead me to the end, and it's a spoon.
Pass was from bonking Yane on the head with a pan. Granted, by the time you get that ready to nuke, that Edward should be decently leveled. You hide him for the first big bang and bring him out for the second. Yes, Couch has the pass. Or at least should.
Ooh, Mom Bomb hits like a truck at this particular location. We saw how much damage was doing to everyone. Yeah, even Rosa with Heroin Robe is taking a good 800 damage. It hits quite hard at this point.
There's one fight left I do believe that the Odin Summon has some utility for, and that's the Baron Guards.
We have Baron Guards. I don't know if we've seen Kaipo Guards either.
We have found a Leviathan. I repeat, we have found Leviathan. We are throwing dragons at him.
I mean, that seems fine to me. Leviathan is, in a wonderful King of Dragons location.
And it's going to be doing wonderful low damage because the spot is designed for you to survive an opening Mega Nuke at high levels from Wyvern.
It's amazing how they have to lower the magic power of the location because Mega Nuke is just such an overpowered spell. So this is actually a pretty decent spot for the Leviathan, all things said.
Leviathan is usually not that dangerous a fight. There are some spots where you don't want to see him, like say down at Ogo Pogo spot, because they gave Ogo Pogo a whole pile of magic because they wanted everything he does to hit. Which most of what he does is physicals and a whole bunch of percentage-based damage attacks. Anyway, goodbye, Leviathan.
All right, so Couch is through that fight. RowdySniper is still working on Mom Bomb, trying to survive through with all these blinks.
And what does Couch get? Couch gets in another Avenger.
Oof. Oof. This might be the longest I've seen Mom Bomb herself not try to explode.
Couch going straight for the altar that we know is Calbrena's is probably just going to go hi there and throw a dragon. If he had the MP.
Oh, the turnaround. And no MP restorative items.
We have Psych. That's good enough.
All right, so Mom Bomb exploded finally. No additional characters are down through all of that.
This is starting to get very sketchy.
Yeah, with a single Mom Bomb, you can blink your way through, but now you got 6 various bombs all swinging through and just chewing through all of your blink spells.
And the thing is, they're going to explode eventually, and that explosion, I believe, is based off their health. And I don't think he has anyone who can survive a full explosion from these bombs.
I sincerely doubt it at this point in time. I mean, this
is starting to look like a wipe. Good night, Rosa. Good night, Rydia. Good night, Star. Good night, Moon.
That was a tough one there. We shall see. Does Sniper take a second crack? Nope. Gonna go check out to see what's on the Masamune altar. Meanwhile, Couch has the spoon now.
Kitty, 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 kitty.
Sorry, my guest co-commentator wants to hang out with me right at the moment and is absolutely demanding that,
Oh, no, that's
I
perfect.
turn all of my proceeds, all my profits that I make for doing this over to her.
That is perfect. Good, kitty. You get that bread. Oh, we found soldiers. This is a free fight for both Couch and RowdyRoddySniper.
Hey, typo guards here? I'll take that.
And maybe just throw a dragon at him to speed things along.
Well, it even got a life glitch off on the officer, which has the largest chunk of experience out of all of them. So yeah, using these coffins very efficiently. And hey, I didn't order any vanilla.
We like that, Masamune.
I mean, that is a happy edge. It's a single Masamune for 2 edges that we have. So yeah, it's an upgrade.
That was just a giant pile of experience for Couch. We still have not seen what's behind Mom Bomb yet. This moon may be haunted, it may not be haunted. It all depends on Mom Bomb. Well, at least the lunar subterrane may or may not be haunted still.
All right, so we'll see what ends up happening. I get the feeling that really we need to be back on Earth at some point because we've not gotten anything up here on the moon, just a bunch of decent gear, but
It looks like Couch is ready to switch on over to maybe not. With no way of getting that MP back in Rosa, equipping her for magic duty, maybe not the best idea at the moment. And frankly, I would err on the side of keeping her on physical damage at this point. Dragons for days.
oh, the dragons. That Bahamut is really doing a ton of work for Couch at this point in time. Where was that Bahamut?
I believe it was in the Baron trash can.
So does Rowdy have it?
Maybe.
Or just can't keep his Rydia up long enough? Okay, he does have it, just can't keep his Rydia up long enough. Okay. And using virus right at the moment. Okay.
Start some Avengers. Start everything.
There is a special skill when it comes to free enterprise where you have certain resources, your J items, the things that Edge you can dart with that are kind of one-time use. And you have to feel your way through the game to the point where you know, okay, this is a hard boss at this location. If something is of value behind it and I can use those resources to get through, I'll be ahead. And it takes a little bit of experience and finesse work to get through that point. And using things like those Avenger swords right there to dart.
I saw Earth Crystal.
Yep, Earth Crystal, that's a chain.
Did anyone catch what the other item was?
Garbage, I believe.
And Count chose to walk all the way back out of the lunar subterranean.
Yeah, no exit. I do think you're right. I think it was a charm rod. So yeah, this is not something we have to see anyone do terribly frequently, is take the long walk out of the moon. And on the other side, once Sniper gets through this, he will be able to exit out, to the very least, having both a Porum and a Tella. And RowdySniper is through that Mom Bomb fight. We'll be rewarded with the Earth Crystal. We'll be kind of right on Couch's heels, but remember, the big difference, Couch has went ahead and completed Bahamut at Asura, which led to the Twin Harp, which led to the Rat Tail, which led to the Twin Harp. So Couch has kind of a definitive lead, only one key item behind. So what do you do here if you're these runners? Do you chase the Earth Crystal? Do you try to go back and do those summon spots?
I mean, if you have come this far, and all you got out of this moon was this lousy party rock, you're going to Zot.
Party rock is in the whale tonight. And we're having a really bad time. This seed will make you lose your mind.
On the plus, please show us what's in that treasury. On the plus side, this does mean Couch is going to have exit on a character again.
It's true. All right, so let's see. Treasury, what do we have? Another heroine.
Would you? So many heroine robes. It's like the seed is telling you something. Go to town with Rosa.
Get rid of that cat claw. I have no use for it. He's like, lit bolts? Yeah. Dragoon, another white lance, protect. Dragon, protect. Defense sword. Tiara, another defense sword. Power and ninja.
We take these? I think we take these.
I will say this. We had 2 ninja robes. We had a power shirt. We didn't get any ninja swords, which I think this really is what we wanted. But overall, that was a pretty solid treasury. I'd give that an 8 out of 10 treasury myself.
I think I agree with chat. Dart refill out of 10. Just start throwing the utensil drawer at Zeramus.
Didn't they make a movie at some point in time about a superhero? I mean, he was part of a superhero team, but his superpower was throwing cutlery.
Probably.
Mystery Man, yes. Thank you, Nidarific. The Blue Raja. Yes, okay. Yeah, Edge is just the Blue Raja. And while Couch in Tower of Zot, making quick way through this. And this is full leg, everyone. Rubicante is available.
Rubicante, I do not believe will be available for very long.
Now this is going to be, don't blink.
Assuming that Ice 3 gets off in time. which is not a guarantee. Thankfully, this fight has very low magic damage because, well,
it's very strange that the spots that have magic attacking bosses in the vanilla game have relatively low magic attack. And I'm learning that more and more.
just throw a spear at it. That's fine.
All right, so RowdyRoddySniper is now also back on Earth, and looks like he is also setting up to turn in the Earth Crystal.
And good night, Rubicante. Oh, another visit of the inventory boss. Thankfully, I think everything that could wipe Coucher, other than Golbez, has been seen. So it's going to be Golbez here. I'm calling my shots.
Just don't throw away your shot. Looks like we have a Yang that was, of course, mind controlled a little bit here. So Yang, too bad we already threw away the cat claw. Not that we picked Yang up at this point anyway.
Hello, Fu.
That's tempting.
I would probably. I would almost want to throw away like one of the edges. No. Okay.
I mean, at this point,
actually, no. That means you don't have to get levels for that ready to be useful.
Yeah, I actually really like this particular play, just from that perspective of, hey, higher levels will have more HP anyway. Won't have more MP, but Rydia has done the heavy lifting up until this point. The rest of the party can handle it all from this point on. And it's Santafu.
And what do we have? Well, we're going to see what we're going to get from Zot here in just a moment.
Yep. Sniper is also fighting the inventory boss. This is why inventory management is so important. We've seen both of these runners take quite a bit of time going through their inventories, managing it. That's a key component about this particular randomizer that I like, and it's not in every sort of randomizer game. You know, there's Link to the Past randomizer. There's all sorts of randomizer games that are coming out. Inventory management is so key for this particular, for free enterprise, that you really have to control how many treasure chests you open, how much inventory you have, what you keep, what you sell, because otherwise you end up wasting quite a bit of time on, I'm not going to say frivolous things, but just managing all of your extra junk.
And we get the tower key. The chain continues. The chain will continue until morale improves.
I mean, hey, Rosa has exit at least. We have exit now. Bare minimum.
But we have tower signal. Here's the question. Does Couch do the full tower? Or is he going to do the Penguin Neighbor special and do half tower?
Haven't we already seen Keyless Tower, though?
Yes, we have.
Was that
only from Sniper?
Okay. I imagined he'll do the top first. The traditional play here, if you are one key item away from go mode and you haven't done tower at all, you do the top. If you get your key item, it's go mode. You run directly out. You can skip the cutscene. If you don't get it when it's at the top, you go ahead and do this on your way down. It saves the most time that way. Hoping for the best at that point.
I'm not sure I would necessarily agree about doing the top of tower at this point, this late in, because you might guess that your opponent did this. If you go do the checks your opponent has already done, they're not finished yet, you're losing time. So there is like arguments to be made for like not going to the top and just doing the key, or just, you know, skipping tower entirely.
It's true. Deishmu says if it was half the forge, then you would still not be done. So no, you're absolutely right. I think the like my thinking in that comes from, if you're one key out of a way, if it's here, great, you can exit out immediately. If not, you're not wasting any steps one way or the other, because you would still have to come up here, and you don't know what key item you're going to get from the second part until you go all the way back down. So. So down goes the karate fight at a much, much faster rate than Sniper did it when he picked up his Sand Ruby. Sniper, meanwhile, just getting through, going back to safety save. I can't really blame him, because there's still some nasty stuff that's out there. You know, we haven't seen Golbez yet, have we?
No, I mean, Golbez could be taking the day off. He could be having a smoke break in the Giant, or just be on vacation.
Oh, speaking of Golbez.
Speaking of Golbez.
Rude. This is a rude spot for Golbez.
I hope you didn't want this spot to be fast, because it's not going to be.
Yeah, petition to randomize Golbez's script so that we are at least entertained through it. Ha ha ha. I am wasting your time by going through this cutscene. Shadow, make this really tough for them. Okay. Rivers denied my petition. I tried, guys. I tried.
It might. We have 4 items left, and we've been through most of the spots already. In fact, I do believe this is the last, other than Gauntlet up on the moon. Yeah. And the only key item left that could be a chain is a Luca key. So if this is nothing, then every spot left has something of value, maybe. No, wait. We need 2 duds for everything left to have some, maybe, potential value.
All right, so Sniper is going to be getting his news about the tower key shortly. Couch, in the meantime, and this is kind of linear at this point in time. We'll see what he's rewarded with.
If it's a Pinktail, he's done. If it's a Luca key, it's expected.
If this seed were a Fleetwood Mac song, it would be called Never Break the Chain. I swear. Yeah, and chat makes a good point. It could all still just be sitting there at Demist at Leviathan. I mean, that's 2 key items right there.
So we've gone from one lawn check to another lawn check to a third lawn check, and Sniper did not fight the basement fight, so he is going down here to fight it himself now.
I mean, I like that check from Sniper. It's, you know, he doesn't know at this point. The thing to do here with Couch, honestly, I mean, you do a safety save outside. You face check what the item is. You already know what where the D machine is or D mist is, so you don't even have to check the boss. Check the key item. If it's not what you're looking for, nope out just immediately.
Okay, there's go.
Pigtail.
Oh goodness! I'm going to call it this when we see the post game rundown. I'm going to guess both Adamant and Legend Sword are at Demist from Demist.
I think that's all that's left. So
other than All Gauntlet on Moon.
Oh, we haven't checked Alt Gauntlet on Moon. That's true. That was a Bahamut spot, correct?
Correct. Okay, at this point, no. Well, yes. I was going to note, this spot does not have much magic defense. If you put a wall up on it and like a wall up on one of your other characters, you can just start reflecting, you know, spells at it, and it'll be fine. Also, I do believe that Rosa has a heroine robe and the Artemis bow on. That wall that Couch put on her is not going to last that long.
Maybe not, but I think it'll last long enough. This is, while it's a very fast spot, for this point in the game, it has relatively low HP. So if you just have a real concentrated path of attack, you can get through it. If Edge wouldn't keep dying.
Edge need not live. Edge own. I mean, also, that just means you're a good seed rolling witch. That is an appreciated skill here.
It's true. You have value. All right. So Asura slowly working here. Meanwhile, Pale Dim is taking some nukes to the face and goes down. That was a much faster fight than Couch was able to get through, but won't necessarily lead to anything. It'll be interesting to see, does Sniper walk that out?
Okay, it's time to leave the sealed cave and maybe leave this seed behind. I think this Rosa deserves like a nice relaxation on the beach and some mimosas. Look at this, though. This has just been a wonderful train. And by train, I mean chain.
It has been, yeah.
Earth Crest, like behind Bomb at D-Looters, it's the Earth Rock. The Earth Rock got us the Tower Key. The Tower Key got us the Luke Key. And the Luca Key got us the Pigtail, finally.
It was quite the chain, realistically. And knowing that, you know, I really want to know, and I'm looking forward to seeing the spoiler log after that. where were the Adamant and the Legend Sword? Because at least one of those had to be part of that demist at Leviathan Chain. At least one of those two. And if both of them were there, that entire chain could have been avoided.
And everyone could have had, a nice leisurely stroll through the seed.
Moon could have been faded 100%. We would have been done almost an hour ago. Well, maybe not quite an hour ago, but
I would not say an hour ago. More like 30, 40 minutes, 38 minutes ago, we would be probably in go mode. Would you like to fight the inventory boss one final time?
Woobear makes a good point. Feymarch also had the Twin Harp, so at this point, doing at least one of the Feymarch bosses we know is going to be hard required, either to complete Cave Magnus or to forge the sword. And if you're going to forge the sword, there's at least a coin flip that to do that, you're also going to have to go through Alt Gauntlet at Bahamut, which sounds not fun, I would say. RowdyRoddySniper finds his rude man up here. I gotta wonder what Couch was grinding for. Maybe just trying to get the right agility on his Sid?
Maybe.
It's true. Not Alt Gauntlet, not necessarily needed, but it's a coin flip, 50-50, that it's required.
Four objectives complete. Couch is finally getting his crystal, and will soon be headed off to fight Zeramus. And another Masamune for those edges. We like.
I mean, okay, that's good. I mean, that's a thank you for rewarding me for this seed.
Like that Masamune Ninja Sword Edge is basically top of the line.
All right, and we're going over here to the secret back door into Zeramus's lair. You thought that the pass lets you into the secret dancing ladies room in the original game. No, this is the secret back door directly to Zeramus. So this is another thing that we do here in the randomizer community. You know, Zeramus is a tough fight. We want to make sure that the end of the game is static in terms of strategizing for the end fight. However, again, we're still a randomizer community, so we like randomizing things. So when we use the crystal on Zeramus and he reveals his true colors, those true colors can be one of more than 525 different Zeramus sprites that are out there. There are many Zeramus sprites. So the Z flag is designed to ask, whose butt are we gonna kick tonight?
We're about to find out, as Sid is going to throw this crystal very soon.
Dr. Randolph, yes, they only need to complete 4 of the 5 objectives in order to get through. That is correct. Once they complete the 4th objective, they are automatically awarded with the crystal. We saw that short cutscene on Couch 23's side there just a moment ago. Nidhogg! Oh, this is awesome.
I think we're getting a little bit of Final Fantasy 14 tonight.
I played Final Fantasy 14. Heaven's Word was a fantastic expansion from Nidhogg. That is, oh my gosh, I am so excited to see that. And we don't have a Kate in our party. My goodness, I feel so weird.
That counter nuke from Zero Miss, I think that is the weakest counter nuke I've ever seen him drop.
Yeah, that was only what, 500 HP?
No, it was like 460. It did not even break 500.
Oh my goodness, you're right. That is a very weak counter nuke, to the point where you may not even worry about healing up through that, because now you know that you can survive a full or a nuke Big Bang. I'm loving all the Final Fantasy 14 references in chat, by the way. And for those of you watching this later on YouTube, Nidhogg is, at least this iteration of it, I believe, is primarily from Final Fantasy 14. A Realm Reborn, but from the Heavensward expansion, one of the final bosses of that expansion. A very fun fight, actually, if you're into that sort of thing, Brandon Mills. I have the bird from it.
Sniper is through. Asura has his go mode. Oh no, he does not have his go mode. He still needs. Ooh, yeah, he needs
Yeah, he needs to go to those bosses at this point in time, and that's the unfortunate part.
I would estimate that Couch is maybe about a minute out for finishing.
He is very close. He's punching through quite a bit of damage right now. He's got 2 edges just going to town. I think he's darted everything. And even Sid with a dwarf axe is chucking and doing significant damage there. Oh yes, and I believe. Hang on a second.
That quad
Okay.
9's like wholly from Rosa. I'd love to see it.
Everyone in chat, while Nidhogg goes down and GG's, I do want to plug something very important to us, by the way, as Nidhogg goes down and we're ready for Couch 23. Happy birthday to one of our major community managers, Scala Kitty. It is Scala's birthday today, so I'm going to get in that quick happy birthday to Scala, as I hope that we get Couch in here for a quickie interview as well. GG's Couch 23 does move on to 2-0 with an official time of 1:56.22.
And welcome, Couch.
Couch, are you with us?
I hear you now.
Fantastic. GG's on your win there.
Hey, thank you.
Walk me through. This scene kind of took you down a little bit of a rabbit hole there for a while.
I have no words for this scene.
No,
I don't feel I played it well. I don't feel anything went well. It just, yeah.
I think the big deciding factor is that early on in the seed, you actually fought this Bahamut.
I mean, you got Starveils, and it's just a Bahamut that's really quick. You may as well, right?
Well, it paid off. It led to the harp led to the rat tail that eventually led to the harp. And, aside from everything on the moon being almost haunted, it ended up being a pretty good play.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's talk about 158 treasures opened. Couch, do you have a problem?
I have a very big problem. All right. I have to know what's in that next chest.
I mean, I get that feeling. You just, the more boxes you open. Adam, it was behind that alt gauntlet. So,
yep, exactly.
I would estimate that Sniper is maybe 15 minutes out from finishing.
Yeah, Sniper just defeated Bahamut, so just is now getting that rat tail. Looks like he's sleeping, going to take on the D-Mist, and will be finding all sorts of disappointment eventually.
I was thinking about D-Mist the whole time I was growing through the moon. I'm like, D-Mist probably has pink tail, and I'm going to be SOL. And yeah.
Was there a certain point in time that, because you ran a very clean race overall, I didn't count any mistakes that you made throughout the entire thing, but was there a point in time that you got to the seed and you're like, oh crap, I messed something up, and you started panicking a little bit, like that internal monologue started going through?
To be fair, that internal monologue is going from before I even start, so I really can't say much to that, but I don't know. Just leaving D-Mist alone and going to the moon kind of was like, I shouldn't have done that, but turned out to be beneficial in the long run, I guess, because I wouldn't have done Cave Bahamut for a long time.
Yeah, that Cave Bahamut, of course, had the alt gauntlet, which was about the worst thing you could possibly see at that location.
Yeah, definitely.
Was there anything that surprised you as you're going through this seed? Where, I mean, I know it's a randomizer, so you're supposed to kind of expect anything, but anything that pop out at you like, oh, this is really very interesting here?
The seed was kind of tame on that, to be honest. I feel like just everything was kind of middle of the road, I guess I would say. Like, not too hard, but not too easy. Like, things were simple in some areas and just a tad difficult on the other areas. Like finding Kaipo guards at the Ogopogo spot was fantastic. You get some experience out of them, and got a great weapon for Edge too.
Yeah, a Masamune is nothing to sneeze at. 2 Masamunes is maybe the equivalent of on 2 different edges, possibly the equivalent of a crystal sword if you add them both together.
Yeah, pretty much. I was tempted to go get Eddie when I got the spoon, but I was like, I may as well not. It's a race, and I'm already pretty leveled.
All right, I think chat will draw and quarter me if I don't ask you a very specific question here. Samurai bow that was sitting in your inventory for a long time, not on Rosa. Do you have, what's going through your mind on that, or did you I just didn't know I had it?
I forgot.
Okay, that's fine. That's perfectly fine.
In fact, I could tell if I may, I will point out, I think what happened is, Couch, you equipped that samurai bow before you had to like reset out or something, and then forgot about it afterwards.
Yep, I grabbed it initially before I checked the Bahamut spot, and then I reset, and then I went back to check the Bahamut spot, and then I had equipped it before I loaded up the gauntlet, and then as soon as I reset, I never re-equipped it, and I just kind of forgot about it after that. Or was it a Valor? Either one. I just I forgot.
Hey, you know what? We all forget a few things sometimes, so no sweat there. We've all been there. But now, yeah, you moved to 2-0 now in this LaliHo league. You know, the quality of the competition here in the free enterprise community has just ramped up to the nth degree I found over these past couple of years. Can you talk a little bit about, what it means to go 2-0 in the LaliHo league, at least, right now?
Man, like everybody, like from the beginning of free enterprise, like I've been around since like day one when it was in the beta and everything, or pre-beta, like alpha stuff, and like just the quality of the runners is just like skyrocketed over time, and I'm nervous every time I race anybody because like everybody's so good now. It's kind of hard to like be confident in a race, to be honest.
It's true. I think, Couch, you and I were in that first ever Highway to the Zenith Zone 1 way back in the day, and the competition is just night and day. I snuck into the top 16. I think you were also in the top 16 in that one, weren't you?
I don't even remember at this point, to be honest.
It's been a long time.
But yeah, like the overall skill ceiling for the runners nowadays is just amazing.
It does make you feel a little bit good, though, seeing how far the community has gone.
Oh, absolutely. I love the skill ceiling going up because that just means I have to play better and I get to have more fun playing with other people. I don't know. It's overall more enjoyable, to be honest.
There's Sniper finally getting their go mode.
Hey.
Yep. Traded away the pink tail there, getting objective 3. Does also have the twin harp, so we'll need to go and we'll have music again here directly. Encore. That's it. That's the word I was looking for. Encore. I'm sorry.
Great song, by the way.
Yeah, Orange theme. All right. So, Couch, do you have any kind of final thoughts about the seed, or the tournament as a whole?
I just want to say again, like every time I say thanks. Thanks to everyone, restreamers, commentators, the community in general, admins, just like everybody. Free Enterprise is a fantastic community. If you are not part of the Free Enterprise community, I highly recommend you join us. A great group of people, and no other people I'd rather spend my Wednesday afternoon/evening. You're
spending your St. Patrick's Day evening with us as well.
That too, exactly. See, great group of people. It's just all around awesome, amazing people, and I've never made more friends than here, so.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, and GG's once again on your win. Everyone in chat, Couch23.
Thank you for joining us, Couch, and goodness, we're just a twin harp away from Sniper being in go mode.
Yeah, I'm glad we get the music encore, because Couch was right. That's a banger of a song, honestly, the Orin theme. And as we're going through, let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the schedule for the evening here. So at 8 o'clock tonight, and Scala Kitty, by the way, the birthday girl, insists that everyone should pay attention to the 8 o'clock race tonight for something special. By the way, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But at 8 o'clock tonight, we have a fantastic race, Big Dunka versus Xenocat. Big Dunka, of course, a longtime community member in a few different randomizers. Also one of the authors of, I think, one of the most popular tracking software that most runners use in free enterprise. And Xenocat, another longtime runner in the community. So it's just a very hype matchup between two longtime and well-known members of our community. Both of Xenocat, also part of our restream team who helps out on the back end. On the mic is going to be Invenerable and Smafety, two of my favorite people out there. Maggie the Cat is tracking, and Scala Kitty on the restream. So Scala's got something for us. Yeah, here, and you're going to get officially started in about 21 minutes. They're going to go live here before long. We'll make sure to raid over there as soon as we're finished speaking with RowdyRoddySniper. Also later tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern, over on RPG Limit Break is going to be Peasants OMFG versus Dijon Ketchup. Again, 9 o'clock over on RPG Limit Break. Sheep Launcher and Harumph are on the mic for that one. Twisted Flag's going to be our tracker, and Asuka 424. Asuka, is well known for those just fantastic seeds that she rolls. So if you want to see Peasants OMFG and Dijon Ketchup have to navigate an Asuka seed, just saying, 9 o'clock over on RPG Limit Break.
Just gotta get through this Knazo, and we will have the crystal for Sniper.
All right, so we have exit out. So Rowdy is now going to be setting up, is rewarded with the crystal, going to be setting up for his Zero Miss fight here.
Okay.
All right. So getting set up, just taking his time. Ag Apple. It's always a good safety save for someone that you're not sure is going to live through it. And right now with that Porum under 1400 HP, yeah, he's got some levels to gain at this point in time. Remember, I still don't think Roddy ever did any sort of shopping, so he still doesn't know if he needs a few more levels. There's those sirens that are available, and he's well over the 10 key item threshold.
But this is going to be a bit of a grind because you do need those levels on both Iridia and Porum. And it's going to be a while for Rydia because she needs to get nuked.
Even Rosa is looking a little bit light there, under 2,000 health, and you're setting up for triple melees with all your heroine robes. Yeah, I'm thinking if you're setting up to melee this, you're not going to you don't have the opportunity to nerf the big bangs like you normally want to if you're planning on zerking everyone. So yeah, I'm feeling more levels, honestly. But he's giving it a go. Gotta respect giving it a go.
At these levels and with these HP totals, unless you nerf every big bang, I don't think Porum or Rydia survive.
Maybe not, and it might just be a little bit slow, but if you can keep your Rosa and your Edge alive, the two of them can dish out some decent damage. We got double Masamune's on Edge, so he should be pumping out quite a bit of damage even with his melee swings as long as he's zerked. That's about as good of equipment, so you're talking maybe 3 to 4,000 every swing.
Okay.
One of our other community members, Baka Shinobi, in chat pointing out that the Fusoya anchor also is unfortunate because the 20 agility on Fusoya isn't necessarily making Zeromus any slower, but it is making your team slower. So it's not a great agility breakpoint for Fusoya either, unfortunately.
Let me see.
Oh, Fu has a... Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah, he should have curse. We have a very early curse string that they both picked up. So
Yes,
thankfully,
yep.
that is not a concern.
Yeah, both Rosa and Rydia are going Zerk mode. Rosa just did about 1,800 damage, so doing decent damage there, but does take a huge hit from that nuke.
This should... No, Rose is going to die here. There's a Cure 3 coming out from Fu, but it was not in time.
All right. Yeah, Rosa goes down. Still some decent damage. I think he's past the threshold that he has to worry about viruses being sent out. All right, Crystal Ring. That's interesting. Yeah, you're trying at that point. You're using the crystal ring to try to cast a spell, quote unquote, so that you can nerf the big bang that's coming in. But I think Rowdy missed the nerf period. Oh no, got it.
Still, I'm not. With that cursoring on that food, that's not going to be doing a whole lot of damage.
Yeah, the counter nuke to that, you do risk high damage to one person, and that one-shot his edge at the HP levels. That was a pretty high roll nuke there. There's that counter nuke this time. I think Porum, yeah, it's going to be eating it there. And nuked himself. Yep, resetting out, unfortunately.
Oh well.
All right, so trying to get things set up a little bit easier at this point. Getting heroin robes and all of the top gear. Trying to make it so that, yeah, get the white on. All right, yeah, switching a Rosa over so that they're doing more magic damage as opposed to the physical damage they were doing. Oh, Plumerian Knight pointing out that there's a protect ring on Boo, not a curse ring. So, yeah, Zeromus was at that rough 20 agility spot then.
Going back in for the second attempt.
All right, round 2 versus Nidhogmus. Set up for more magic damage this time as opposed to the physical damage setup that Rowdy had before. And with this party, I tend to agree. This feels like a better magic party than a melee party.
Well, like, yeah, this is a party you want to be like throwing nukes around with. Nukes and holies and finding some way of getting an anchor at this point. Wait, we do know where there's an Edward.
It's true. That Edward might come in handy. What would you do? Ditch Edge at that point? Let him anchor and have everyone use reflex strength?
I believe so, yeah. Like, you're giving up the 2 Masamunes, but that fight is much faster.
Paladin just points out that Edge does have an X-Cal and a spoon to dart for a couple rounds to get some high damage for at least a little bit. Still Bacchus wines on Rydia, though. Ooh. All right, so working through, here comes the Big Bang. Don't know if he got a nerf off on this. This might be a full roll Big Bang. Oh, okay, no, didn't get it off. As difficult as this Zero Miss fight has been for Rowdy, he's nerfed just about every single Big Bang, and that's not easy to do. The first Big Bang in any Zero Miss fight is generally pretty free. You just get a spell off, and the counter nuke will eat all of his magic damage, and the next Big Bang will do something to the tune of half damage. There is a very small window after that first one, though. Immediately after Zero Miss shakes, that if you cast a spell off, he'll still do the counter nuke, but it will do half damage for the next Big Bang. And nerfing that Big Bang does take a lot of timing. To Rowdy's credit, he's nerfing just about everyone perfectly.
Which is very fortunate because you don't want to miss one of these nerfs. Not with this team, not with this party.
No, absolutely not. This party is, they have very low HP. Our gear's not fantastic. Heroine Robe doesn't require that much magic protection, as opposed to a Wizard Robe or a White Robe that some of the other party members are rocking. Jaybrun, I think he is on Battle Speed 1. I don't think he's touched his Battle Speed this match. Then again, gets off a nerf Big Bang. Credit where that's due. Again, Rowdy did not necessarily win this race, but that is a high-level skill that you have to master. Just showing kind of, this may be a loss for Rowdy, but he's going to be really tough at that one-on-one spot, and that makes me nervous because I'm also there.
Yeah. He has been playing fairly well.
There's that crystal going off. He's making progress. He's keeping his party up. It's taking a little bit of a slower time, but hey, this is one of those times where he's in control and he knows it. And I think that's the most important thing when you get into Final Fantasy bosses. Things can appear chaotic, but as long as you know what the boss is going to do and you know the script, you're in control of the entire boss encounter. So as long as you're still in control and you're not panicking and just trying to get people up as quickly as you can, overall there's a lot of bosses that you can do some really weird and interesting strats with, but as long as you have control, you can get through it. And right now, Rowdy is in control of this race. People who are dead he knows he's dead, and he's has a plan to get them back up, and he's still doing pretty consistent damage on him. So he's in control of this particular race. He knows he's going to be finished soon.
I just realized I've been talking. Yeah, no, he should be finished very shortly from what from the damage and everything he's been doing. Now, which is, coming in here knowing he'd already lost, doing these low-level Z fights is both good practice and showing what he is capable of.
It's true. It's a good opportunity to practice in these sorts of situations where, if you've already seen a dot done and you're just cleaning up, you're like, okay, I'm going to make sure I do this, and it may take a little bit of practice and it may take a little bit of testing your limits, so to speak, but that kind of experience is invaluable and will absolutely serve you better later on down into the tournament. That said, I'm a little salty that Dragon Whip isn't doing double damage to Nidhogg this. I know it's the script, but I'm still a little salty.
And I mean, I get it.
We do have rocks, though.
Which means he's nearly done.
Flash, bang, shake.
And we have reached the end.
GG's to RowdyRoddySniper with an official time of 2 hours, 30 minutes, and 7 seconds. GG's to Roddy. We'll see if he's available for a quick interview here.
And I believe we're joined by RowdySniper.
Hi, how's everybody going? How's everybody doing?
Doing fine.
Yeah, that's good.
So
Oh.
walk us through that. The last Zero Mess fight. We were talking up here in the booth. First of all, it looked like you were in control the entire time, and those were was that Battle Speed 1 that you were nerfing the Big Bangs at?
I think I did set it. I think I remember to set it to 3.
Okay.
But
it was still very well timed.
Yeah, well, that's one of the positives of this. That's one of the positives of this, that I was able to really get the timing of the Big Bangs for really one of the few times I've done this. So I'm happy about that. The first try I was pretty tilted after finding go mode on that Bahamut. I'd been fading for an hour and 50 minutes. So yeah, that first fight was not a good attempt, but I was able to just kind of take it slow and steady, and kicking myself for not going and grabbing that Edward to make it a spoon word, but I didn't want to take the time to level at that point.
I mean, I understand that.
With my microphone. Hi.
Oh, Kat wants to ask some questions.
Well, she's probably wondering where dinner is, and she already ate it. So
I think all of us with cats can sympathize with that one. Talk to me a little bit, because this was, we had a very early magma key in this particular one, and it seemed like this entire seed opened everything up to you, wide open so early.
Yeah, I think I did my tour of the underworld, looking for the sirens, looking for grind options that I ended up really not needing, other than a couple eggs to get up to snuff for the dwarf castle and Keyless Tower. I had that stack of Star Veils. I kept thinking about that Bahamut check, but I had, you commit to your decisions, and I committed to fading it, and went up to the moon instead, and got my levels, but didn't find anything other than that Earth key or that Earth crystal, which I'm guessing that's what what slowed Couch down. By the way, Couch, GG, good luck to you in the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, I think Couch ended up doing that Bahamut check very early in his first round, and he followed that. And it was just a matter of going up to the moon and finding the rabbit hole that became, the pigtail finally.
Yeah, because I really didn't have the appetite for that alt gauntlet at Cave Value.
I don't think anyone did. Let's be realistic about that. No one was doing that.
If I'd had something to use those Avengers on, that would have been nice.
But no Kane, no Cecil.
No Cade, no Cecil. Like I said, my melee Edge didn't have any good gear until late game. I got those two Masamunes at the end to finally make him viable. At one point in time, I was seriously considering just ditching him for Edward with the spoon because it was the only real melee I would have had. Other than Rosa with that heroin robe. She did some work throughout the entire seed.
Speaking of heroin robes, what were there, like 5 in that seed or something?
Something like that. I think I recall at least 3 or 4. I know that I went with it on, well, first Rosa and then Porom and Rydia for the final fight. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why I decided not to grab the spoon word, was just because they were doing halfway decent melee damage, and they, it would have taken more time to get him spun up. So,
All right. Well, we're trying, just before we wrap things up here, do you have any final thoughts about this seed or the tournament as a whole so far?
Yeah, like I said, GG to Couch. Best of luck to him. Best of luck to him going forward. This is my first tournament, so the fact I'm 1-1 has already got me feeling pretty good. At least I got 1 win on the board. So, it's a learning experience, and this seed definitely was a learning experience. So,
I mean, you're absolutely right. It was a learning experience. I think on this one. GG's RowdyRoddySniper. Moving on to the 1-1 bracket. Both him and Couch23, feel free to follow both of them on Twitch if you like what they did. One last shout out to our wonderful restream crew on the back end, Alisale, for the restream, and our tracker, I'm waiting for the restream to catch up.
And yeah, thank you for doing commentary, and thanks to the restream team for putting this on. Appreciate the opportunity. I'm sure that I'll go back and watch the VOD, and chat will have plenty to say.
As chat does.
As chat does.
Aegis was our tracker. I'm so sorry, Aegis. But yeah, sounds like we are going to be sending everyone over here to the 8 p.m. race of Big Duncan versus Xenocat that just got started. So everyone stick around as we raid over to that over here on our home Free Enterprise channel. Other than that, it's been a great night, everyone. We'll see you all at the next race.
And it's a Starman joined by Vitasia, and we thank you for joining us.